So a little while ago, I avoid swearing. Basically, I hit my slider, my motorised slider, on the head with a C-stand whilst it had my camera on top, and it just obliterated it. Something inside started rattling pretty badly, and then when I turned it upside down, loads of like white bits of plastic fell out. And it was like just making some horrible noises. And I tried to look for like local repairs or try and find parts for it, and there just wasn't any. And so I thought, I'm screwed here. I'm not gonna be able to get this repaired. This is basically like 450 quid's worth of junk. This slider's not something that can be used without the motor. This is like only motorized. And so it's an Edelkrone product, and I went onto their website, and to my complete surprise, which you'll be familiar with if you've ever had to have any camera equipment repaired, they offer free repairs, even if it's because of something you've done to it. If you've accidentally broke it, they'll still repair it for free. And it was as simple as getting in touch with customer services. They asked me what was wrong with it. I told them, they said, yep, that sounds like something we can fix. The only thing that you had to pay for was to send it to them, which I think is pretty fair. It's a heavy item, and it was going to Florida. So they're based over in Florida. I'm in the UK, 30 quid to get it tracked. I paid the money, I sent it, and they fixed it within like 3 days and sent it back to me. Their shipping was much better than that. They've actually repacked it in the original box that it's sold in, which I got rid of straight away. This is incredible. As my thinking turned more to essentialism, to minimalism, and to spending more upfront, buying better quality products, this is actually something I've really got to think about. In a world where I want to create less waste, especially e-waste, which is pretty problematic, in that world I need to look at things like this. I need to look at how repairable things are, whether the company stands by their products, and not buy things that are gimmicky. You know, I could have bought a slider on Amazon that did more stuff but was less expensive. But then if it broke, it would be a case of throw it in the bin and buy a new one, not send it off, get it repaired and get it shipped back to me. I'm actually running a time lapse on it right now because, well, there's some beautiful sky which you can see. So there's a few caveats, there's a few things that I kind of have to add. Whilst their customer service and their repair and the standing by their products is incredible, I think their products sometimes leave a little bit to be desired. Because this slider is purely app-based, you can't use it without the app, it's limiting. And I've had the app fail on me a few times. Now that app's been upgraded a lot in, you know, the past few years since I've had this, but in the past I've turned up to jobs and looked like an idiot because I couldn't get it working. One job shooting drinks for a company called Botanist was excruciating because I was trying to get this set up, I was trying to get the app set up, there was some firmware update and then it wouldn't connect, and it wouldn't connect to the slider and the head at the same time. All while I'm doing this, I've got people looking at me saying, these drinks are perishing, do you want us to get you other ones? How long are you going to be? If you've ever photographed or videoed drinks, you'll know the pain of this. The head on them disappears, the fizz gets lost, the ice melts. All this stuff going on as I'm sweating away trying to get this app to work. Other companies like Rhino, they've got control built in on the actual body, so if you've not got the app you can still control it without having to worry about connecting your phone and connecting Bluetooth and all that sort of thing. When it works, this is a fantastic product. I love the size of it, I love how sturdy it is. Yes, I've managed to break it, but I had it for quite a while before that, and I'm pretty hard on these things. It just gets thrown in my bag. I don't put it in anything padded. Maybe I should. Actually, I'm going to put it in something padded from now on because it should be looked after a little bit. It's a great product, and I think the app has got a lot better. The problems I've had when I've got to set is because I've just thought, oh, this is going to work when I get there. Really what I should do is like the night before or the morning of, I should be testing it out, making sure the firmware is all up to date, and, you know, not just charging the batteries and hoping for the best. I would love a slider that was longer. I'd like one that was like the Rhino ones. You can detach the motor and put a flywheel on and you can use it, because sometimes you do just want to have that manual control over it. This isn't a perfect product, but I would say the customer service experience is perfect. Contrasting it with when I've had to deal with Canon or even Apple in recent years, and then there was a time that I broke the HDMI port on my Canon C100. after calling around loads of places, trying to buy parts for it, trying to get it fixed, trying to get a price for getting it fixed. It was a nightmare, and I ended up replacing it myself with parts that I'd bought off eBay. Well, I actually bought another C100. I bought that for a couple £100 and fixed it myself. Canon didn't stand by their legacy products, even though it wasn't that long ago they stopped selling it. So I've had these experiences, and I'm sure you've had them too. Luckily I haven't had one with Sony yet, but you know, that remains to happen. I cannot believe how good Edelchrome was. That's basically a review of it. If you like this video, maybe you'll like this one. This is where I took apart the Canon C100 whilst trying to fix it. Laters. Can you believe I timed this so well that there's a beautiful sunset happening in the background? I can't.